In 1996, Azzaro released one of its most popular fragrances to date, Chrome. Well, after a flurry of related releases over the next 24 years, Azzaro decided to release an eau de parfum version. Will this version be better than the rest? Stay tuned and find out. So today's video is going to be another unboxing, first impressions, and update video. This time it comes from the house of Azzaro. It is their latest release, Chrome Extreme. So Chrome Extreme from the house of Azzaro is a men's citrus aromatic fragrance released in 2020. I don't know the nose behind this fragrance, and it is an eau de parfum concentration. Alright, so let's check out the presentation. Alright, so here's the box for Chrome Extreme. If you guys are familiar with the line, this does look exactly like the other boxes. We just have a darker shade of blue. On the back, we do have a nice quote here that says, "Life is a celebration. Step into the light and enjoy the moment. It's your time to shine." You guys can take a look at that. Other than that, not too much going on with this box. Let's check out the bottle. Alright, so here's the bottle for Chrome Extreme. Like I mentioned before regarding the box, the bottle does look exactly the same as the other ones in the line. This just has a darker shade of blue. I do like this bottle though. I think it's very sleek, and the dark shade of blue looks really nice for this. It's nice and frosted as well. We do have a plastic silver cap here with a design on the box here on top. Silver atomizer. Other than that, not much going on with this bottle. Alright, so here are the notes for Chrome Extreme. In the top we have mandarin, in the mid we have juniper berry and marine notes, and in the base we round things off with amber and cashmerean. Yeah, so I really don't know what to expect with this fragrance. I haven't really heard too much about it. I did see that it was a new release, and a couple of people posted about it on Facebook, but I didn't read what they had to say about it. I'm judging by the notes. Obviously, it's going to be a nice citrus aromatic fragrance. It doesn't have too many notes in it, which is kind of good. They're kind of keeping it plain and simple. At least I think so anyway. I do have the original Chrome, like I showed you guys in the first part of the video, which I do like. This one kind of has like a fresh CK1 vibe with a bit of a metallic vibe, hence the name Chrome. I also have Chrome Pure, which is probably my favorite overall out of all the flankers of from the Chrome line. Very long lasting and creamy, and it's a citrus fresh fragrance, but it's also creamy at the same time. Very nice fragrance here, guys. But yeah, I'm excited to try this one. I'm not a huge fan of the Chrome line. I do like these two, but I haven't tried all of them. I think I've gotten maybe a spray or two of the flankers over the years, but nothing's really stood out. For some reason, this one stood out to me, so I wanted to really give it a try. It is an eau de parfum version, so hoping it's going to be a nice, long-lasting, fresh fragrance. And, you know, we don't have enough of those in the community, guys. So if we can get a long-lasting, fresh summer fragrance, that would be perfect. I think right now there's only a few, maybe like Invictus Legend and Hawass, or, you know, some of those sort of related fragrances that are fresh. But most fresh fragrances don't last very long, so I'm hoping this is going to be the one. All right, here we go. Well, as you guys can tell, I'm wearing some workout colored clothes. I'm going to go for a run here in a little bit, so I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to try this fresh fragrance while I'm out and about. It's not hot outside, but I will be able to get a good feel for this fragrance and the longevity. So let's get some first impression. Clean hand here. Here we go. Wow, good sprayer. A lot of juice. Okay. Yeah, getting all the citrus notes. It's a little creamy as well. I think it's from the amber, I believe. It's sweet, very pleasant. A little creamier than the original. You can definitely tell this is going to have some better longevity off the bat, because I do believe that the amber and possibly the cashmere give it a bit more of a longevity thing in the dry down. Right now, this one's very citrusy, fresh, and sweet. Definitely getting the marine notes. The juniper berry is giving it a bit of a fruitiness, kind of a crispness. I mean, there's not too many notes going on with this thing, so it's not going to be super complex. I mean, you got the mandarin, which is the citrus notes. The juniper berry, which gives it a bit more fruitiness and a bit of crispness. Marine notes, which give it that nice marine kind of sea salty seaside vibe. And the amber and cashmere and the dry down are definitely going to give it a bit of a sweetness, maybe a warm spiciness. But yeah, this one's pleasant. Not getting a lot of the metallic notes that I get from the original Chrome, which is nice, because I mean, sometimes those can be off-putting for some noses. And it wasn't a deal breaker for me. I mean, I could get those, and it kind of, you know, you kind of smell like a nickel or something like that, or like you know, sometimes it comes off like just old metal. But you know, it's not a deal breaker with this fragrance. But right now, this is a nice fragrance. I gotta be honest with you. it really is going to come down to the performance of this fragrance for me, because this is coming off a little bit generic, like it's just another aquatic release, and that's true. Citrus aromatic, it's nice and fresh. It's got the sea salt vibe and the sea minerals. But the performance is really going to be the telltale of this fragrance, because if this fragrance lasts a long time, longer than the original Chrome or other fresh aquatic fragrances on the market, then this one's definitely going to get my money for sure. And probably take the cake in the fragrance community as, hey guys, we finally have a longer lasting aquatic fragrance, which is great. And I think we need one. I think there's a couple out there. I mentioned a couple before. I'm sure there's some other ones floating around that I can't think of right now. But most like hot weather, warm weather fragrances, fresh fragrances, citrus aromatics don't last very long. I think we all know that. And if you guys didn't know that, that is usually the case. So I was excited to hear this was an eau de parfum. And right now, yeah, it's definitely, all the notes are definitely in there. I'm getting every single one. Yeah, slightly sweet, but more of a kind of a citrusy kind of bitterness with that juniper berry. But yeah. Not really going to say too much about this one in the opening, just because, like I mentioned before, it's a little generic. You know, I will say that right now. The notes are kind of all been used before. But again, you know, the updates were going to be where this one's going to shine. Hopefully I'll be able to give you guys good news and say this one lasts quite a bit. But I'm going to make this fragrance my scent of the day. Going to wear it to go running and wear it over the next few days and give you guys an update shortly. Talk to you then. All right, guys, well, I'm back with my update for Chrome Extreme. Yeah, so I spent the last few days with this fragrance, and I gotta say, I do really like this fragrance, and I'll let you guys know the reasons here in a little bit. But going back to the first half of the video, yeah, it really does keep that nice, fresh mandarin opening. I will say it's a very fruity fragrance. This one goes, after the mandarin kind of dies down, the juniper berry is very prominent in this fragrance. I like to have a glass of gin every now and then, and gin is made from juniper berry. And this one is very crisp and very, has a nice bite to it, very sharp, kind of fruity bite that juniper berry brings to the table, and I really did like that about this fragrance. I mean, you do get the strong mandarin opening, and then that juniper berry comes in, but after the mandarin dies down, you really are left with a strong juniper note. The marine notes do stay in there as well. The aquatic notes are in there, so this gives it a nice, fresh aquatic feel. Which, you know, you get that a lot in the market, but this one was just better to my nose. I do like juniper berry. So I'm not sure about you guys out there, but juniper does stand out to me. It does, it's very invigorating and fresh, kind of uplifting. It's very sharp and fruity. So that fruit, that note, actually is one of my favorites. So with this fragrance, it's very prominent. So I did like this fragrance for that. Towards the dry down, you get a lot of the cashmerean. You sort of get it in the opening, in the mid. It's kind of a woodiness, kind of a sharp woodiness that it gives. But I really got it more in the base, along with that amber. And the amber wasn't as warm and spicy as I thought it was going to be, but it was still there, and it was really nice. And I think it's sort of one of the reasons why this one kind of hung around a little longer than most fresh, fruity, aquatic fragrances. You know, but I really like this one, and I was really surprised by it. Longevity for this fragrance, well, for what it is, I think it's really good. I did get 6 hours with this fragrance. Now, it was about 40 degrees when I did wear this fragrance, you know, for the 3 days that I did test this fragrance. So I wasn't really giving it a fair chance, because I do believe this one will shine in the hot and warmer weather. And I do think that you might even achieve 8 hours with this fragrance in the warmer weather. But 6 hours in cold weather is pretty good. Projection for this fragrance, again, for a fresh, aquatic, fruity fragrance, I did get pretty good projection with this fragrance. I got about an hour and a half, 2 hours of decent projection. You know, was kind of pushing out a good foot off my skin. Nice little sillage with this one, guys. It did kind of get close to the skin after that, but again, going back to the weather, it was cold outside, so I was surprised that I got that kind of projection in, you know, 35, 40 degree weather. It's very, you know, windy and crisp that day. But again, I do imagine in the hot and warmer weather, this fragrance is going to shine. Seasons for this fragrance, well, if you guys haven't guessed already, I'm going to say the warmer, hotter months of the year. It did perform really well in the cold weather here, but I do think that this one will shine the best in, you know, spring and summer, maybe even kind of warmer, cooler days of fall. But spring and summer, definitely good seasons for this fragrance. Occasion for this fragrance, well, I will say this one's probably safe enough for any occasion just because it's not very offensive. It's very pleasing, it's fresh, it's uplifting, definitely will garner compliments. I do think it's safe enough for the office. I do think it's perfect for casual day wear, casual night wear. I don't think it's strong enough for the club, and I think you'll get compliments on a date night. A little bit, with that warm, spicy, and the dry down and the woodiness from the amber and the cashmere might help on date night, but I definitely think casual, evening, and day wear are perfect for this fragrance. Ages for this fragrance, I'm going to say are 20 and up. I do think the price tag might be an issue with the 20-year-olds out there. It is $100 for 100 ml, but if money's not an issue, I do think this fragrance is good enough for 20 and up, maybe even 18 and up. If we're just talking about the fragrance, this is very youthful and fresh and uplifting. It's not, mature by any means. It's not too young and sweet. This one's just a nice, fresh, fruity, aquatic. So 20 and up, I think, will be a safe age range for this fragrance. Overall, I do really like this fragrance. I was very surprised by this one. I guess the only knock on this fragrance would be that it's not super original. I mean, I've smelled other fragrances that are sort of similar to this, aquatic and, with the citrus notes and, a little bit of the woody notes here and there, slightly, warm, spicy, dry down. But this one might be the best out of all those. It's not so familiar to where you'd be like, yeah, it smells too much like this one or that one. I wouldn't even say this is, close enough to the original Chrome to where you can't own both. And honestly, I would sell my original Chrome and probably just stick with this one out of all of them. Maybe Chrome Pure might stay in the collection because it's a little bit warm, spicier, and creamier. But this one will definitely take the cake in the freshies department for this house and a lot of other houses. Honestly, I'd probably sell a few other freshies in my collection just to keep this one. This one has really good longevity, really good projection in the cold weather, so I can only imagine what the performance will be in the hot weather. And I did wear quite a bit of juice. This atomizer does spray a really strong cloud, and so I did wear quite a bit of juice, so that probably helped along with some of that the performance. But as you can see, like the line is like right here where it says extreme. So I wore maybe 5 ml of this juice over the last 3 days. So that probably helped along with that. But still, this is a really nice fragrance, guys. I think you should really try this one. I think it's maybe good enough for a blind buy if you're like, hey, you just want to buy something and you don't really care if you take a loss. But I do think this one's safe enough for a blind buy. It's still winter right now. But if you're looking to just go ahead and jump on something that smells nice and inoffensive, and it's definitely going to shine when it gets warmer, you might want to check out Chrome Extreme, guys. I think this one for sure comes highly recommended for me. And I actually had another friend of mine message me about it. He goes, hey man, have you tried the new Chrome Extreme? It has really good performance for a fresh fragrance. If you haven't already, you need to check it out. I told him, hey, I'm already on it. Definitely gonna, I can't wait to do the update. So I'm glad that I can tell you guys about this fragrance. I think it's really good for what it is. I think that the Azzaro, the Chrome moniker might, hurt some of the sales here and there, but I definitely think you guys should give this one a chance. They do sell 2 sizes. I believe the 1.7 ounce is $74 and the 100 ml is $94 before tax on those. But I do think it's worth a try, guys. Go to your Macy's and spray your arms and walk around the mall for an hour and check it out. And if you like it, go back and pick it up. But I do think this one really comes highly recommended for me. All right, so has anyone out there tried Chrome Extreme from the House of Azzaro? If you have, let me know your experience with this fragrance down in the comments below. All right, thank you guys so much for watching another video on my channel. If you like this video, please click that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on those notifications for future first impressions videos and fragrance-related content just like this. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Dollars and Cents. There, you'll find fragrance-related photos and future contest winners. And as always, until next video, you guys take care. Thanks.